Sean Hayes is at the Tarbert Courthouse near his great-grandfather Patrick's hometown of Ballylongford, Ireland. He's just been given documents that show that Patrick and his brother William were tried for allegedly assaulting their own father, Sean's 2 times great-grandfather, Patrick Hayes Sr.
Did unlawfully assault said complainant by attempting to stab him with a knife.
Correct.
This is crazy. What is going on? Next, against Patrick Hayes Jr., defendant on the 11th of August, 1896, did unlawfully assault said complainant by throwing a stone at him. Wow, so a knife and a stone thrown.
Yes.
Against their father.
Yes.
So I just wonder what the fighting was about that would have warranted such drastic physical behavior, you know, that they couldn't work it out.
Well, we have another pathway that we can look at that might shed some light on that. Patrick Sr., I've looked into his previous criminal history and I have something for you to look at.
Wow, okay.
Great. I went through the petty court sessions and compiled this list. So this is the
List of criminal infractions for Patrick Hayes Sr. from 1864 to 1914.
well, there's a whole array of offences here over a 50-year period.
Trespassing cows, assault, unpaid debt, cruelty and torture towards someone's donkey. Yeesh, God. I'm seeing he's committing a crime almost every single year, except for this gap here in 78 to 88. A 10-year gap of pretty good behavior.
That's correct. And if you look then again in 1888, the picture changes dramatically again.
Right. Yeah, drunk and disorderly on the public street. Just over and over and over again. What made him start drinking so much?
What changed?
What did change?
I have a record here.
Oh my gosh. 1888. Deaths registered in the district of Tarbert. 22nd of May. Bridget Hayes. So somehow related. And this says Patrick Hayes. Husband. Wow. So that's my great-great-grandmother.
That's right.
And this is her death certificate.
That's her death certificate.
Well, that just explains so much. For 10 years, seems like he was a good family man and things were probably looking great. And then his wife died in 1888, which would explain this sudden change in behavior. Maybe Patrick Sr. starts dealing with it by drinking. And that, of course, affects everything. That affects all his kids, including Patrick Jr. They were probably just as affected by their mom dying as he was about losing his wife.
Of course.
Right? So, of course, nobody probably knew how to deal with it, so they all just drank about it. So, what time, remind me, because I have all these dates in my head, when Patrick Jr. was born?
You might recall yesterday in the year 1896, he's 17. So Patrick Jr. was born in 1879.
So right at the beginning of the good years.
Yes.
So he probably grew up, Patrick Jr., from 1-year-old to 10 years old in a seemingly calm environment. And then it kind of got out of whack.
When his mother died.
When his mom died. And to deal with that kind of pain at such a young age. You know, my dad probably felt some of that too when his father left. Pretty much the same thing, I'm sure. Is there any more information I could find out about Patrick Sr.?
This is the end of the road for what I can find.
So this is where it ends?
Well, what you perhaps could do is travel to Ballylongford.
The area where they live?
Yes, and see what sort of a town it is, and it hasn't changed that much in the interim period.
Really? Well, thank you so much, Shane. You've been an enormous help. I'm gonna go check out Ballylongford. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm really touched and really fortunate to know all of this. For me, what it does is just to prove how history repeats itself. It just seems like an endless chain of chaos. I'm literally walking the footsteps of my ancestors here. I just hope I don't walk the footsteps of them in life later. Now thinking about my name, Sean Patrick Hayes, has whole new meaning. Patrick Jr. seems to be the only one who left for better reasons. He just decided, you know, it's now or never. I'm 21 years old, I can't take this anymore. What are you waiting for? And got on the boat and did it, and that's exactly what I did. I had those same conversations in my head at 24 years old. Got in my car and drove to LA. I wanted to get away from it, and Patrick Jr. did too, and I feel this weird sense of camaraderie with him. To get any knowledge about your ancestry is a gift. There seems to be a theme for people leaving in my family, but for different reasons. But there is definitely a cycle that is clear, that you can see. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but you kind of understand why. And in a sense now, I understand my own father's plight. This whole process reiterated that you have to have compassion. You can't judge a book by its cover. Just because you don't know somebody's history or the why they act that way doesn't mean you should judge them. You should maybe take a second and learn about why they behave that way or the decisions they made, you know. I did that with my father, and through this process, you know, I can't forget it, but I can maybe forgive it.